In today's show, June close barely beats 2017 high as Coinbase Premium flips positive. That's right, Bitcoin finished June 2022 just below $20,000 after a last-minute pump saw the bulls escape 40% monthly losses. And quoting Michael Burry here, adjusted for inflation, 2022 first half S&P 500 down 25 to 26%, and Nasdaq down 34 to 35%, Bitcoin down 64 to 65%. That was multiple compression. Next up, earnings compression, so maybe halfway there. And quoting on-chain analyst William Clemente, Bitcoin's Q2 quarterly candle is in the books, the worst in its history. What a beauty. Bottoming accumulation signals everywhere, major funds and lenders going bust, worst quarter ever, no coiner haters dunking on us, whole timeline saying this time is different. If we're finding an accumulation zone, we'll likely still see months of boring and capitulation through time. And as Rec Capital shares here, Bitcoin is reaching historic levels of overselling. At some point, this extreme overselling will coincide with the point of maximum financial opportunity. And also be sharing the latest updates from Plan B. And breaking news just in, Najib Bukele just bought 80 Bitcoin at $19,000 each. And he wrote here, Bitcoin is the future. Thank you for selling cheap. And quoting Dennis Porter, we built the money that has perfect scarcity and is at least 10 million times better than any money in human history. And yet some people doubt Bitcoin can hit $100,000. Also in today's show, VanEck says they are not giving up as they refile with the SEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF. That's right, VanEck believes that nothing should prevent the SEC from approving a pure Bitcoin ETF, especially after the regulator greenlighted Bitcoin futures ETFs in 2021. Also in today's show, crypto investors ready to deploy $25 billion once the bottom is in, according to Quant Analyst. Quoting the CryptoQuant CEO here, the first recession for crypto markets. The latest recession was 2007 to 2009, and it's called the Great Recession. Also in today's show, Deutsche Bank analysts see Bitcoin recovering to $28,000 by December. That's right, Deutsche Bank analysts forecast a 30% recovery for Bitcoin by December, driven by the correlation to the S&P 500. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs. If you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium Crypto News Alerts every single day, just like this. And be sure to check out Crypto News Alert Shorts. I release a new Shorts video every day here on the channel. And today's episode is brought to you by BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors and the #1 platform to buy, sell, and earn crypto. Now check this out. They have over 1 million clients worldwide and work with 350 global institutions and currently hold over $10 billion in assets under management. And here are their flagship products, which include their BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards, Visa credit card. They have paid out over $15 million in crypto rewards. To take advantage of this, use my referral link in the description right down below. You're going to earn 3.5% Bitcoin back on all your purchases within your first 90 days, then 1.5% Bitcoin back thereafter. The other flagship products include low-cost trading for the top leading cryptocurrencies, as well as a BlockFi loan where you can borrow money at rates as low as a 4.5% APR. And take advantage of this today and get a bonus of up to $250 just by using my referral link. So go ahead and click that link in the description right down below and let's start stacking those sats. Shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. How's it going, crypto fam? I'm your host, JV. Make some noise in the live chat. The Bitcoin finished June 2022 just below $20,000 after a last-minute pump. Saw the bulls escape 40% monthly losses. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin spiking higher into the monthly close, which came in at $19,924 on Bitstamp. And with that, the pair narrowly avoided its first ever monthly close below its previous halving cycle's all-time high, which is about that $20,000 mark. On Bitstamp in November of 2017, Bitcoin reached approximately $19,770 as material indicators points out here, right on time. BTC. Now the success was at best touch and go for the market that nonetheless sealed the worst monthly losses since September of 2011. That's right, these coming in at around 37.3%. It was also short-lived with Bitcoin diving towards 19,000 at the time of this recording on July 1st. Quoting Philip Swift from Decent Trader, steadily carving out a cycle bottom here. MVRV Z-score right down in the green, accumulation band. Even long-term hodlers are finally starting to capitulate as the one-year hodl wave starts to round out and drop, a characteristic seen in previous bear markets, while the market is struck with fear like a rabbit in the headlights. The Bitcoin's weakness came as the United States equity saw dismal results of their own. Quarter 2 2022, commentators noted, was the worst since 1970 for the S&P 500, while the Nasdaq had its weakest first half since 1998. Quoting Michael Burry here, adjusted for inflation, 2022 first half, S&P 500 down 25 to 26%, and Nasdaq down 34 to 35%, Bitcoin down 64 to 65%. That was multiple compression. Next up, earnings compression. So maybe halfway there. Burry had previously forecasted that the U.S. monetary policy, currently fixed on driving up interest rates to fight inflation, would be forced to change course before the end of the year. And quoting on-chain analyst William Clemente, bottoming accumulation signals everywhere, major funds and lenders going bust, worst quarter ever, no coiner haters dunking on us, whole timeline saying this time is different. If we are finding an accumulation zone, we'll likely still see months of boring and capitulation through time. And as he points out here, Bitcoin's quarter 2 quarterly candle is in the books, the worst in its history. What a beauty. And amongst institutional investors, however, there was fresh evidence that Bitcoin was a buy at $20,000. As noted by on-chain analytics platform CryptoQuant, the so-called Coinbase premium returned to positive territory for the first time in 2 months on June 30th. The premium is the difference between the Bitcoin price on major exchange Binance and U.S. exchange Coinbase's institutional arm, Coinbase Pro. When positive, it means that investors are paying more on Coinbase Pro, suggesting heightened demand. The premium stood at 0.217 as of June 30th. As the CryptoQuant CEO shares here, here is a USDT/USD adjusted Coinbase premium chart with 5-minute candles. This uptick does not indicate a bull run, but obviously it tells us that there are institutional buyers in this price range. That's right, we have people like Nayib Bukele buying the dip, who announced it here. El Salvador bought 80 Bitcoin at $19,000 each. Bitcoin is the future. Thank you for selling cheap. We also have Michael Saylor, who recently bought the dip the other day for $10 million worth of Bitcoin, BTFD. And as pointed out here by Rec Capital, Bitcoin is reaching historic levels of overselling. At some point, this extreme overselling will coincide with the point of maximum financial opportunity. That's right, seize the day. And Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, updates us here. Bitcoin June closing price, $19,925, below the 200-week moving average, below realized price, the lowest RSI ever. And checking out this recent poll by Plan B, he asks, Bitcoin bottom will be between $10,000 and $15,000, which is the majority vote at 32.6%. 25.2% of you said the bottom is in at 17,600. 23% of you said the bottom will be between 15,000 and 17,600, while 19.1% of you said the bottom will be below $10,000. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to bottom out for this cycle? Let me know in the comments right down below. And as Dennis Porter shares here, we built a money that has perfect scarcity and is at least 10 million times better than any money in human history. And yet some people doubt Bitcoin can hit $100,000. He makes a great point. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Dennis Porter. And before I break down next story of the day, VanEck says they're not giving up yet as they refile with the SEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major alts are currently pumping back in the green. Bitcoin up about 0.39% for the day, maintaining just above $19,200. We have Ether up 1.6%, maintaining just above that critical $1,000 psychological support. We have Binance Coin, Solana, XRP, Cardano, all pumping and in the green. I want to give a quick shout out to iTrust the #1 crypto IRA platform to trade crypto tax-free. That's right, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 in a tax-advantaged IRA. They have over $5 billion in transactions and over 175,000 accounts created. So if you're looking to trade crypto tax-free, look no further than iTrust. And if you use my referral link in the description right down below, you're going to receive a bonus of up to $100 in free BTC. So go ahead and do so now, and let's get this crypto tax-free. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. VanEck, one of the first firms in the world to ever file for a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, is not giving up on its plans to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States. The firm has refiled an application for a physically backed Bitcoin ETF with the U.S. SEC. Filed on June 24th, VanEck's latest Bitcoin ETF application comes months after the SEC rejected its previous spot Bitcoin ETF request on November 12th, 2021. The securities regulator based its decision decision on the ETF on its alleged inability to meet standards to protect investors and the public interest, as well as to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices, which is ironic considering we have a futures ETF which is specifically designed to manipulate the markets. Now, in its latest filing, Van Eck provided a wide number of reasons for the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF this time. The ETF company argued that the lack of the US-listed spot Bitcoin exchange-traded products does not prevent US funds from gaining exposure to Bitcoin. That is because many US ETPs use Canadian BTC ETPs to gain exposure to spot Bitcoin. Van Eck argued, sharing the following: approving this proposal and others like it would provide US ETFs and mutual funds with a US listed and regulated product to provide such access rather than relying on either flawed products or products listed and primarily regulated in other countries. That's right, and as previously reported by Cointelegraph, Canada was the first country in the world to debut a spot Bitcoin ETF with the launch of the Purpose Bitcoin ETF in February 2021. After issuing the Bitcoin futures approvals, which conclude the CME Bitcoin futures market as a regulated market, the only consistent outcome would be approving spot Bitcoin ETPs on the basis that the Bitcoin futures market is also a regulated market of significant size as it relates to the Bitcoin spot market, the new filing reads. And according to Bloomberg ETF analyst Henry Jim, the deadline for Van Eck's latest spot Bitcoin ETF is March 3rd, 2023. As shared here on Crypto Twitter, Van Eck tries Bitcoin ETF again. CBOE refiles for the Van Eck Bitcoin Trust, a spot Bitcoin ETF, after it was disapproved last November. SEC has not noticed this filing yet. Final deadline March 3rd, 2023. Now, Van Eck is known as one of the first U.S. firms to ever file for Bitcoin futures ETF. The company originally filed for a physically backed Bitcoin ETF in June 2018, but the SEC repeatedly postponed its decision over the proposal to eventually reject it 3 years later. What a joke, right? And as I shared the other day, Grayscale has filed a lawsuit against the SEC for denying their spot Bitcoin ETF. That's right, Grayscale Investments announced it will sue the U.S. SEC for denying its application to convert its funds to a spot Bitcoin ETF. Hopefully, they win. SEC, guess what? We're not selling, so let's get a spot Bitcoin ETF finally approved in the United States. And before I break down next story of the day, crypto investors ready to deploy $25 billion once the bottom is in, according to Quant Analysts. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $864 billion with $73.6 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. The current Bitcoin dominance is 42.4%, with the Ether dominance at 14.7%. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers in the past 24 hours, we have AMP leading the pack, up 16.4%, trading at 0.009, followed by Arweave, up 15.4%, trading at $9.82, followed by the Sandbox, up 12%, trading at $1.09. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the past week, you can see a sea of red, which is a handful in the green, including Luna Classic, up 98.2%, and Compound, up 6.7%. And checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we are currently rated an 11 out of 100 in extreme fear. Yesterday an 11, and last week an 11, and last month a 17 in extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That could be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. On-chain insights platform CryptoQuant CEO Ki Jung-ju says crypto investors did not leave the market despite this year's downturn. That's right, according to the CryptoQuant CEO, the current dip that sent Bitcoin plunging below $20,000 from an all-time high of nearly $70,000 can be considered the crypto market's first recession. As he shares here, the first recession for crypto markets. The latest recession was 2007 to 2009, and it was called the Great Recession, and he's referring to this tweet here. Now we're in a recession. The U.S. economy shrank by 1.6% in quarter 1, 2022. Today is the last day of quarter 2, and the writing is on the wall. And amid the crypto winter, he says that investors are just waiting for the best opportunity to get back buying digital assets. He says buyers are waiting for the bottom of the bear market. As he shares here on Crypto Twitter, everyone is talking about bearish things, but most of them haven't left the crypto market. They're just waiting for the bottom. Bitcoin market cap decreased by 70% from the top, while stablecoins went down by just 11%. He says that investors have $25 billion worth of stablecoins in exchanges that can deploy once they are ready to buy crypto. As he shares here, stablecoins sitting in the exchanges are now worth half a Bitcoin reserve. We have 25 billion loaded bullets, which can make crypto asset prices go up. The question is when not how. And he also says it's time for investors to buy Bitcoin again, citing a tweet from popular crypto trader Murad Mahmudo, as he shares here, USDT plus USDC and the total number of BTC USD chart, bottoming zone again. Stables overbought, crypto oversold. Important to note that we're in a different monetary regime, so caution must be exercised, but this is where we stand on this multi-year structure. So there you have it. And before I break down our final story of the day, Deutsche Bank analyst sees the Bitcoin price recovering to $28,000 by December. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,200 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to help support us with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, you can find me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. And if you're listening to the pod, be sure to check out the YouTube channel at cryptonewsalerts.net for the full premium experience with video. And of course, you can follow me all over crypto, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, TikTok, as well as Instagram. So wherever you're at, be sure to plug in and follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Analysts from Deutsche Bank forecast the king crypto rebounding to $28,000 by December 2022 as the cryptocurrency market continues to grapple with gloomy times. That's right, Bitcoin and the wider crypto markets have endured a tough 6 months, with the value of Bitcoin in particular enduring its worst quarter in 10 years. Macroeconomic conditions from all around the world have played a major role, with stagnating markets and fears of inflation driving conventional stock markets and their crypto counterparts down to painful lows. And a new report from Deutsche Bank analysts provides an interesting perspective on the medium-term outlook for the king crypto. Their insights suggest that Bitcoin markets have mirrored movements of the NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500 since late 2021. The analysts believe that the S&P will rebound to its January levels, and that Bitcoin's correlation to the index could result in a 30% increase in value from the current levels midway through 2022. This would see Bitcoin back up at the $28,000 mark. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Deutsche Bank analyst. Obviously, I'm much more optimistic than a $28,000 Bitcoin price by December. I think here in the short term, we can realistically hit $30,000, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now, the prediction may quell some of the fear and uncertainty swirling in the space, but the recovery of crypto markets is not so clear-cut. Their analysts highlighted that the recent collapse of the Terra ecosystem and the Celsius debacle and their influence on markets are exasperating factors. As shared here, stabilizing token prices is hard because there are no common valuation models like those with the public equity system. In addition, the crypto market is highly fragmented. The crypto free fall could continue because of the system's complexity. Now, a separate investor note from JP Morgan suggests that the crypto ecosystem may already be in recovery, while firms like hedge funds Three Arrows Capital became insolvent after failing to meet margin calls from investors amid the crypto market crash, and other industry players have propped up the ecosystem. As JP Morgan shares here, the current deleveraging cycle may not be very protracted given the fact that crypto entities with the stronger balance sheets are currently stepping in to help contain contagion, and the venture capital funding, an important source of capital for the crypto ecosystem, continued at a healthy pace in May and June. And the note also highlighted the relatively healthy amount of venture capital investment into crypto firms over the past 2 months to the tune of $5 billion. This represents a $3.4 billion increase from the same period in 2021. So there you have it. What are your thoughts surrounding Deutsche Bank analysts predicting a $28,000 Bitcoin price recovery by December? Let me know in the comments below. And now for a quick recap, what I covered with you here in today's show. June close barely beats the 2017 high as Coinbase Premium flips positive. Also in today's show, we discussed Van Eck not giving up as they refile with the SEC for a spot Bitcoin ETF. And we also discussed crypto investors ready to deploy $25 billion once the bottom is in, according to Quant analysts, as well as Deutsche Bank analysts seeing the Bitcoin price recovering to $28,000 by December. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. eCoin wrote, Aloha JV, great show. Thanks for always bringing us high quality crypto news. Much appreciated, brother. Always a pleasure, fam. Love reading your comments every day. One love. Hodl. And our next featured comment comes from Name Last Name. What's the bottom scenario? Didn't see that in the vid. Great question. For the King Crypto, the bottom scenario is $16,000 according to the Analyst. And for Ethereum, we're talking about a $600 price bottom. And our third and final featured comment comes from David Luna. Bro, today is the first time your video shows up in my feed in a long time. I know the YouTube algorithm stay tripping. So if you have notifications turned on and you're subscribed, but you're still not receiving any notifications from YouTube, be sure to unsubscribe, turn off all notifications, then resubscribe and hit that bell and turn on notifications once again, and let me know if that fixes your problem. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below.